ask for. Oh, that. For a limited time, you'll also get 25% off everything in the store, plus 12 months, same as cash financing. See, you can have it all. Bassett Chattanooga at the Gun Barrel entrance to Hamilton Place.
Get ready for a fantastic time of theater beginning this weekend as Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat opens at the Artistic Civic Theater in Dalton. We're happy to have Joseph himself, not in a Technicolor Dreamcoat, but you are wearing a snazzy shirt, Andrew Chauncey. Next to him, we have Kate Losh, who is the manager, the assistant manager director. What's your title?
The managing director.
The managing director. I can't read my own handwriting at Artistic Civic Theater. So good to see you both.
Thank you for having us.
You look pretty good for days away from opening night. Are you ready?
Right in the middle of Tech Week. We're exhausted.
I'm sure you are. So, I mean, this is a rip-roaring show. I mean, this is fun on stage, right?
Yes.
Lots of laughs.
Yes, it is. You know, it's true to the story. It's a musical, but it's fun. It's very lighthearted. Whimsical maybe would be a good word for it. So yeah, lots of laughs, a lot of fun, kind of caricatures in it. It's fun.
Okay, so you, Kate, grew up in the theater, totally there in Dalton. You are Dalton born and proud.
Yes, ma'am. I was born in Dalton. I went through Dalton Public Schools, and in college I went to Dalton State College, and I was involved with Artistic Civic Theater the whole time. My grandparents and my parents and a few others founded the theater in 1992, which is before I was around. But we're celebrating.
Right.
Yes, we're celebrating our 32nd season this year, and we're closing out season 31 with Joseph, and we're super excited to have it. It's a huge musical. It's just fun and music and songs, and it's everything anyone would need to close out their summer with a bang.
So when you talk about it being a huge musical, that can look any number of ways. That can mean big dance numbers. Is that there?
There are dance numbers, big singing ensemble numbers. It's funny because for it to be a big musical, it's not a very long show.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
No, it's not very long at all, but in the time that it runs in the 2 acts, it's probably an hour and a half for both acts with the intermission together. But in that time span, you just kind of get punches and punches of fun and big musical numbers and big chorus numbers, and it's a really fun time.
Okay, so I want to understand, without having you give it all away, how it can be fun. Because the story of Joseph in the Bible is not exactly lighthearted.
It's very interesting the way the story is woven in these things where you have these real serious moments, and then it switches gears all of a sudden and has you bent over laughing. And I think a lot of that is the creative writing of it. I won't give it away, but Pharaoh is portrayed by a very popular rock and roll character in history. You know, so there's a lot of creative license in this show.
Talk about your brothers in the show.
Let me tell you, we have an absolute stellar cast of men in this show. And in theater, it's hard to get guys.
It's very rare.
And it's hard to get guys who sing and can move well and act. The cast of brothers in this show are stellar. Canaan Days is my favorite show in the entire production because their harmonies and their sound is just amazing.
And let's talk too about the nature of this show, because obviously you are Joseph, so you're front and center, but it is a true ensemble show, right? I mean, everybody matters up there on that stage.
Yes, no one has time backstage to hardly get a drink of water, have a snack, anything. Costumes are all in the wings, I mean, because they're on stage the whole time.
I have had a chance to go to Artistic Civic Theater just one time, and I need to go more often. I'm going to go and see you on Friday, but it is a really quaint spot, and I say that in all love because it's almost like theater in the round, but it isn't. But it's small. How many people does it seat, Kate?
Our main stage seats 134 to 136 people, and we are fortunate enough to have opened up a second space, a second performance space about 10 years ago, our studio space, which holds about 75. So it doesn't hold too many people, but in that capacity, and because it is almost like a theater in the round thing, but it is a typical traditional stage, there's just not a bad seat in our house.
That's the point. There isn't a bad seat in the house, but there also aren't enough seats for you to play last minute Sally to this thing, because you want to get a seat. So you're running, what is it, Friday, Saturday, and then a Sunday matinee?
Yes, this weekend we'll run Friday, Saturday, and a Sunday matinee at 2, and then next weekend we'll run Thursday, Friday, Saturday, all evening performances.
All evening performances. Do you have a favorite spot in the show?
To sit?
No.
In the theater?
Do
Oh.
you in the show have a favorite scene?
That's hard. Well, Canaan Days is my favorite to listen to and to watch, partially because I get a break for a minute, but it sounds so good. But if I had to pick another song, the end of Act 1 is just a party.
Yeah.
And it's so much fun.
Is it a family-friendly show?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And you can't ever have actors and theater people on and not talk about the importance of involving your kids in theater, your grandchildren in theater, because you don't know who's going to be in the audience watching like this, one of those performances, and they're going to get the spark.
They will.
To want to be up there on that stage.
And this is one of those shows that's super appropriate for
Our
that.
cast is multi-generational. We have people as young as 14, 15, all the way to in their 60s, because it's just a family-friendly, good time.
You did tell me that you wanted to mention the mission of the theater.
Yes. So Joseph is actually a good example of our mission at ACT. We strive to bring arts awareness and arts education and the impact of the arts to our community and our surrounding communities. And our doors are always open to anyone for any reason, in any aspect of theater they want to get involved in, whether it's acting and performing, or backstage, or directing, or producing. We welcome anybody, and we want everybody to share in that experience.
Well, best of luck, break legs, and I'll see you Friday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. You'll have to go and see for yourself what makes the end of Act 1 so fantastic. As you see there, the dates it's running, go to artisticcivictheater.com to get your tickets, and we'll see you at the door. Thanks again.
We believe in doing things a little different at Wetter Marquee. It's not about our